All right. Hello. Welcome everyone back to the HEX and Pulse Chain, baby. Whenever it launches,
Someday.
Happy hour show. Someday when it launches. What's up, Big Kirk? Usual suspect.
Hi.
Motley investor, how you doing?
Doing great.
And we are joined by our dudes down under. Wouldn't you know? Jexxa and Blue Bum. Great to have you guys. Hopefully,
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Been
Hello,
looking
everyone.
forward to it for a while, and maybe we'll have day 43 on. We'll see. But yeah, how's everybody been? Just kind of like waiting on the Pulse thing, or I mean, the HEX price going up is fun to watch in the meantime, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think we're all.
It's okay.
It's definitely the calm before the storm, isn't it?
That's what I guess all the chatter is about, but I hope we just, in the back of my mind, I just hope we don't chatter ourselves out of it. And it's like, okay, another 2 weeks and another 2 weeks, and we'll get to Motley's interesting theory tweet a little bit later on. But I thought that was an interesting thought experiment as well. But yeah, just, a little housekeeping. This will probably be the last show in the Cabana studio for a while. Shore Tour 2021 will be upon us, and I will be hopefully doing these shows remotely with the same crew, and maybe Vince. Oh, there's our admin Vince in chat. So yes, I like how you put the two Aussies down under. Thank you. Thank you, Vince. Miss you, Vince. Still camera issues. You can donate to his camera fund at gofundme.com/no camera. Anyway, so I guess where should we pick up? So I guess I just wanted to backtrack a little bit because Blue, you had a stream with an interesting Maxi character with a trash canned head a couple weeks ago, and I saw Jexxa come on and thankfully give you a hand in steering that conversation, because it turned the longer it went on, the guy was just I don't know, it just felt more awkward being a Hexican, and listening to the guy's reasoning of not being in the product or dismissing it. How do you think that conversation went? Was it to your expectations? Do you wish it would have gone differently in any way?
No, I was really curious as to how it would go, and that's why I kind of had him on as well, because I was curious about what his thinking was, and he seemed like someone who's really open to discussion and to talking about stuff, and someone who had looked into it to an extent, and I'd been having sort of Twitter arguments with him for quite a while. I thought it was great. I thought he put a lot of effort into the bucket. I was quite impressed by that. He'd obviously designed that. He could see through it just a little bit and stuff like that. And
just a touch.
I think turning off your camera would have been more efficient.
Yeah, that would have saved a whole lot of effort.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the aha moment when somebody's like, "You could have just turned off your camera."
Shit. Damn it.
All night making this.
These Hexicans are smart.
Yeah, just had the avatar can there or something. Yeah.
He was good, and he still didn't. He sort of looked into it to an extent, but it's when you look at something with a lot of bias, then you're going to see what you want to see, and I still feel that he was kind of still stuck in that, looking at everything and to try to see what he wanted to see, and I was really glad Jexxa came on as well, because towards the end, I was kind of nice and fun at the start, and then I was starting to get a little bit worked up. And Jexxa has this beautiful presence, this kind of calming kind of presence, and yeah, I don't think it's a matter of trying to arguing with a person. It's just a matter of airing it all out and seeing what happens. He'll have to come around eventually. Eventually, you would think,
That's
although there was some kind.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, there was some guy on Twitter recently who said he thinks the rug pull is going to could be in 15 or 20 years, And I was
It's just a new excuse. They were wrong the
that
first
is
time, so
playing
they
the
just gotta
long
keep
game.
moving it out.
I mean, that's the
gotta keep
longest
moving it out.
rug I've ever heard of.
yeah.
Wow.
Anyways.
Slowly pulling it one thread at a time.
That's what it is.
You're gonna be like one of those dudes from World War II who's like hiding in a cave, ready to fight anyone. Well, yeah.
He's gonna be very sad in 15 years. I think it's
It's
one of
funny,
those
though,
15-year rug pulls. We haven't seen one of them yet, but this is gonna be the first.
Really
A lot of people
slow.
are gonna get rich in the meantime.
I reckon maxis are one of the
Wait
easiest
for
people to have a conversation with because, like, the use case of Bitcoin and HEX is so similar, but we've just got that one little extra thing. And if someone with an open mind can sit there and that makes it better. Yeah. If someone has got a truly open mind and can sit there and you can have the discussion, then you can work through each of the points, and it makes by the time the conversation's finished, you go, hey, you know what, that actually does make sense. But I think in his mind, it was just it was more an emotional reaction and not being open-minded at all. Just shut down. Hadn't, like you said, Blue, he just had an opinion, and no matter which way the discussion went, that was probably never going to get swayed.
Well, that was the beautiful thing you did in that conversation, Jexxa, was you found common ground first, what you guys could agree on, and then you just kind of led him down the path where eventually he just ran into that wall of just seeing his own fallacies of his thought process, where you gave him what he wanted. It just happened to be attached to HEX, and then he just it would just short circuit, and it would just go back to repeating himself, back to fall back where he's comfortable on Bitcoin. It was funny because you did it time again, just lead him down a new path of agree, brick wall shit. This leads to HEX. And you could see him struggling because he was going to make the connection, and then he just puts that emotional barrier up of Bitcoin. And it's hard for those old school maxis to break through that last barrier, because like you said, Bitcoin and HEX is very similar. There really is only 1 degree of separation. That just 1 degree of separation makes HEX that much better. Being able to earn yield trustlessly without giving up your keys, it's just next level.
There's also the less externalities. Who's getting the inflation? I feel like it's, once you get into it, you're like, oh wow, it's that one thing to make that one thing happen takes it actually has all these other peripheral awesome things that happen too.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a bit more complex than just one thing. But it was interesting. What I found was
one thing that expounds.
3 times he referenced this churning in his stomach. Like he referenced a physical reaction, and that he just couldn't do it because of the physical reaction. You know what I mean? And it's interesting because often we're taught to follow our intuition, but sometimes you don't know if an intuition is completely wrong, and it's just your fear talking. Yeah,
look, I hope he does actually put that extra effort in and to learn the share side of things, because that seems to be the missing component with a lot of people. That's the beauty in the system, is the way it self-balances and the way it basically rewards everyone in the right way for doing the right thing, punishes the guys that don't. And but you've got to, and I know you guys have probably all been through the same thing. You don't instantly get this. It takes months before you actually understand it. And God knows how many times I've reread the layman's guide and the hexagons.info guide that has been put up there as well. And you read it 3 or 4 times and another thing clicks and you go, right, yeah, now I got that bit. And then you just keep building on that. And everyone that I've introduced to HEX and has come on board, the guys that actually start to watch the videos and understand it all, month by month, they start coming back and they're asking really intelligent questions, and you go, okay, he's understanding it now. And once they understand, it's like, it's hard to look at other things. Yep. So I think that's a gradual process, and if you don't give it the time it deserves, then you won't get to that level.
Yeah, the fun thing,
old IQ test.
Yeah, the fun thing about it is that like you can not know either. Like I think somebody that I onboarded that's done the best is the friend who just listened to me and was like, right. He's got an average length over 7 years and he's crushing it super hard because he just made a ladder and he's like calls every couple months and is like, bro, and you're like, yeah, it's great. he doesn't care about any of the T shit. He really doesn't care about, like, doesn't even fully get all that, but he's just like, whatever, like, look at my staker, I refresh thing more, you know. That's
yeah, it's the whole driving a car thing. If you know how to use the brake and the accelerator and the turn signals and things like that, that's okay. That's all you need to know. You know, it's going to get you from one place to the other. You don't have to know about the mechanics. And I've got friends that are like that. They don't want to understand the detail. They've just said, yeah, just point me in the right direction. Tell me what I need to do, and let's get rolling. And then I've got other guys that are more interested in the detail and will sit there and happily watch hours of live streams and things like that.
Yeah.
It is hard to conceptualize, though, when you're coming at it for the first time and it's being offered this amazing interest. And then, well, where does the interest come from? And then there's no other person who's like doing something with that money, and just that conception. I know this is just a contract, and it's getting and how it gets paid out and all that kind of stuff. That's a completely new financial product that has never been made before. So it is a complete new conception of finance.
Yeah, and it does this thing where it like. When you first find out about crypto, there's part of the cypherpunk essence of it that you really like, you know, that's like that draws people in general. But like with Bitcoin and most other cryptos right now, you know, you have to be willing to like allow some version of you know, like what's the word for it? Like you have to compromise, you know, you have to compromise with some admin keys, you have to compromise with some exchange, you have to compromise with some shit. And like, we don't have to compromise at all. You know, there's like the very little compromise of dealing with an exchange in some fashion to get fiat in and out, you know, but other than that, like, I mean, we have very little compromise, and like we can preach those principles of what crypto is meant to be and say it with conviction. You can say it with complete conviction and be like, I can show you why this works, you know, and that's something that nobody else they cannot do. They can't.
Yeah, what we're seeing at the moment play out as well, Richard called this months and months ago, years ago, is all the DeFi projects, the ones that everyone think are DeFi projects. Things are emerging now where the teams had to step in and rescue something because something's gone wrong. I think it happened just the other day on Synthetics where someone done a massive buy or a massive sell, and I think they actually reversed the trade on the guy because he threw the system out of whack.
They reversed it?
Yeah. So people
so DeFi.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so they're stepping in and correcting things when they go wrong, and maybe that's because their system has probably got a lot of complex things going on and a lot of things can break.
Well, they're dependent on Oracle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was an Oracle issue. They did refer back to something else that happened with an Oracle, but I don't know whether this was to do with an Oracle per se. But yeah, the fact was they reversed his trade on him.
Like, yeah, Richard talked about that a lot early on. That like with the part of the complexity of HEX and like the difficulty of it is it's a closed system for a reason. You know, it has to be closed in that way for a reason, because having it touch oracles and other things like that to touch it in the real world makes this like insane added level of complexity that like it's really, really hard to keep the game theory as solid as it is, you know, with that kind of stuff involved. And like everybody thinks that they can do it, and you think you can until it goes wrong, you know. And in HEX we do not have to. That's just, and even in HEX it took years for this to be developed and figured out properly.
It only took 4 more weeks. What are you talking about? It was only 4 more weeks.
Yeah, it's that 4 more week period of my life that just is a haze of
a year.
Could you imagine like somebody being like, "Yeah, I didn't mean to emergency end stake all that. I would like to speak to a manager." Yeah, like that's not DeFi, man. You know.
No.
Like,
it happens, I'm sure.
I'm
sure Richard gets messages all the time. Hey, I sent money to the contract address. Hey, I'd like to get my emergency end stake that got nuked back. And
did you telegram him about your drunken HEX mistake?
Yes, I was one of those individuals that drunkenly sent HEX to the HEX contract one night. I was actually trying to tip a couple of the community members and drunkenly copied the wrong address. It happened to be the contract address, so I made a nice little donation to the HEX contract. I don't even want to know how much it's worth now. Oh God.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to bring that up.
Let me go do
actually.
the math real
If we're
quick.
thinking of
Let me go do the math.
One of the
Let's see.
suggestions, I think it was Dan Eamon on one of the suggestions for the fork was to go back into all of the contracts where people had accidentally sent stuff to contracts and just send it back to them on the fork. I thought that was a brilliant idea.
Can you do that? I don't know if you'd be able to do that. Would you?
Pretty much,
Yeah,
you can do it.
Yeah,
Like,
you can do it basically.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. You just reverse those transactions on it. I mean, because it depends on if that contract, whatever you sent the contract to, can spend the coins. If if there's admin keys to that contract that can spend those coins, and if they had decided to, because if they spent them and they're not there anymore, then it's a lot harder to. You can put when you're making a new forking and doing what we're doing, you can do a lot of stuff, putting some numbers in strange places if you want to. But I think that it would be you want to make it so that it hasn't already been spent by that contract address.
Yeah, between what I accidentally sent and then resending it to those individuals, it's worth almost $19,000 today. Yes, sir.
Exciting.
Yeah, someone put in the Telegram or on Twitter the other day all the tips that were flying around at the beginning. They're worth a bit
wallets.
now. Yeah.
Evidently, be careful with that because don't send any more funds. I don't think anyone does anymore, but sending funds there because no one's been able to withdraw for a while, and blockchain has been like unresponsive and stuff. So
right?
I still have some HEX in there, but I've just been giving it out to people, and hopefully someday they can take it out. Yeah.
They didn't care when it wasn't worth much.
Yeah.
But now it's a whole different ballgame. So yeah, we're talking about Bitcoin and maximalists not understanding HEX. It was a recent tweet. I think it might have been earlier today. You might have commented on it, Blue Bum, but it was a Chainlink guy, I think. Wondering why HEX, only goes up, and he's just, he's honestly like confused by this and just cannot comprehend that HEX is still going up, and it's just like he can't understand or has refused to listen to so far supply dynamics or pulse chain sacrifice or reduced supply, because of that. That too, and it's just
Godwell's been throwing a lot of money in recently.
Yeah. That's on the docket as well.
Oh,
but
I didn't read it.
You never do. But yeah, did that conversation go anywhere, Blue Bum? I haven't looked at the thread in a little while, but I was just I think I saw you comment on it, and I was just like, oh my gosh! I was like, if he's asking this broad of a question, this whole thread could turn into a mess.
But, yeah, I think I commented on that one.
Oh, it was you, Jexxa. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. So my comment was a little bit more flippant. I said, well, it was advertised, designed to do 10,000x in 2.5 years. Like, what? Didn't you read the label? And and then
it's working as designed.
Yeah, it's working as designed. And I said, I'm not sure why everyone's so surprised now. And I said the big difference was some people took the time to understand why it was going to do that, others didn't. But then it was great. A lot of other hexicans jumped in and gave more valid reasons and actually tried to explain it a little bit. So hopefully that reached a lot of the audience, and because he was obviously sending that out to the link community. So that's good. I think we actually are starting to cross a few of those barriers, and
we're cracking through.
I think we are. Yeah.
In fact, there's this guy called Martin North who's got a YouTube channel who's like very conservative Australian YouTube channel, but very followed. And I wrote to him about HEX, a long time ago, and I never got a response. And the other day he was doing a live with Adam Stokes, who's another Australian crypto dude, and I was just commenting, and I wasn't commenting anything about HEX, but every time they put my comment on, there was that picture, a big picture of me with someone with what's lifting me up above his head, and it says big thing HEX on underneath it, and so it was a bit of like stealth shilling, and then after that, then like the next day I wrote back to Martin and just said, if you want me to if you want me to explain it to you, kept it a really short one this time rather than the big long explanation one, and he got back to me. He said, yeah, okay, do you want to Zoom with me? Like, so I'm having a Zoom with him on Tuesday.
Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
slowly, I think it's like all of those kind of like those little walls of people initially going, you know, they have this antiviral. No, it can't be. Too much interest. Has to be a scam. Da 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 da. But then after that's just time. It's just time. And then they look at it, especially now with this bear market and HEX going so well. And and then okay, well, what is it? Let me hear the explanation. You know, this guy sounds kind of interesting, and you know, so yeah, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
Yep. Yeah, and I've even seen, I guess, a couple other people, not necessarily with Link. I think maybe just crypto-friendly Bitcoin holders. There was one this morning I saw. I was like, okay, I got some HEX. Wish me luck. And the community is like, they're very supportive, and it's like, cool, welcome. This is it's not like, you dumbass, you should have been here a year and a half ago. It's welcome. We're all fam here.
We still got a long way to go. I mean, if you look at like the amount of staking addresses there's still less than like 40. It's like 30-something thousand staked addresses. Can you imagine where we'll be at when there's like 1 million staked addresses? Like we will be, and that's it's crazy.
Stupid. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like,
and that's still early. Still early.
Yeah, it's so early. I mean, even if we 10x the number of wallets to 300,000, it's still incredible how much growth there would be. And I mean,
that's like the tweet that Hex Toshi posted earlier today, where he had an amazing graphic where he showed like the top 10 cryptos and like how long they've existed, and Hex is only like 1.5 years old compared to everything else. Like,
yep.
Insane.
Oh, it had the ages in the top 10.
That was a great. That
graphic. Was cool.
That was a really cool graphic. It really
I should have actually put that on the docket to pull up. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
if you want to go search
that
for that, we'll
all right, keep chatting. I'll find it.
I haven't seen that one, so I'll be interested to see that.
Yeah, I'll pull it up here in a second.
And I think we're probably, like, Hexicans have been really, really fierce, very much on the front foot and tearing threads off people when they come at us. And I guess now we might be time to sort of balance that a little bit and not ostracize people too much and sort of help guide them in along a little bit.
In general, the ones who I always want to learn or are interested, we build a quick, good repertoire with anybody that is there's some guy who's just like, I think it was one of those guys today who was just like, do all I need to be a Hexican is hold Hex or what? And like then it's just like
there's this whole staking feature.
And everybody comes right out immediately, and like within, he's like, dang, y'all are amazing. Like this is the more Twitter engagement than this dude's ever seen. And anything he's posted. So like, I mean, that kind of stuff is really, it really makes people feel a part of it really fast,
And some of the Hexicans are taking profits too. So like, we've seen a lot of cool toys. Like, as vain as some of that stuff is, it really does work to a degree. When you see Hexican, yeah, exactly. You have a Louis Vuitton paddleboard set. I bought some Versace clothes for the club in Vegas. So why not?
What's up, Day 43?
How are we, guys? I apologize for my tardiness.
No worries.
Yeah, what's happening? What have I missed?
Oh, just a little housekeeping, recapping Blue Bum stream a couple weeks ago now, I guess, with the Maxi and yes, trash can head. And
I reckon it's got to take more confidence to get on a live stream with a bucket on your head than to show your face.
I don't know if I'd call that confidence or not, but might have a different word for it.
Yeah.
I think that stream really exposed that guy. I think his lack of understanding of
I think
a few things.
I think it was more the absurdity of like they're hounding Hex for being what it is when it is just so close to what Bitcoin is, but just better design. Like, I know it's
one interesting thing that came out of it is like how attacked he felt. And how he says we Bitcoiners have been so attacked for so long, and I think that Hexican. Well, what was curious to me was like, okay, what happens if you come into Twitter and you don't have any Hexican friends and you just follow the cryptocurrency and da 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 da? Like how much? Because like my whole Twitter feed is just full of HEX now. It's just like HEX, 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 HEX. And so, like for me, it's like how do you miss this? You know, it's just we're all over Twitter. It's like we're probably not for people who aren't at all connected to us. You know, like even though we are always white. But also, even when you like look at someone's tweet and you look at all the replies, like for me, all of the HEX replies are up the top. But and then you have to scroll down and down and down and down to start to see other stuff. But I think the way Twitter works, it might be that it changes.
It's whoever you like, and if whoever you like and you follow, and the kind of stuff that you're into is up at the top. So like it's different for everybody in that regard. It's very silly, and that kind of sucks because I mean sometimes they put featured good comment. It'll like there'll be a comment that like gets a lot of you know back and forth. But you're right. It allows you to live in more of an echo chamber than you realize that you're even living in, and that's I mean like I've found now you have to like actually directly like try to be outside your echo chamber to like get there, you know, because
that's what I found. It's actually
Twitter.
It's good to follow. It's good to follow people that have counter views to you as well.
Yes,
I think just have one or two of those in there because at least you're getting a bit of feedback from what's going on around you.
I still have most of the people. I mean, I don't follow them as much as like some of them that have said serious stupid stuff. But you know, I've removed. But like, I still have a lot of the stuff that I used to follow from everything back in my mining days. You know, and I mean, so I get a good cross section of what's going on. But I am not very well taken in the, you know, like when I work my way out of our zone. That's for sure.
Yeah, special good morning to Unwrecked. He is now awake and having pancakes and coffee.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you for that update.
Is that a euphemism for something?
Yeah, what's in the coffee, good sir?
What's that a euphemism for?
Oh, yeah.
What was he drinking the other morning or the other day? Absinthe.
Yeah. Bring candles.
I was more concerned what was going on with the harmonica he had. Well, that's another conversation. I just reflected on. I gave the guy a bit of leeway when he said that he was getting attacked from front and behind about the crypto side of things. And on reflection, I went, no, you guys are actually pretty abrasive and you're out hammering everyone. So that's why you get attacked from behind, because you're out there pounding everyone and calling everyone else a shitcoin. You're going to get pushback from that. So I think a lot of that's brought on by their own actions. So I think it was a bit rough.
On Twitter abusing Bitcoiners, like apart from Peter Schiff, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They wear toxic maximalist hats and then act all butthurt when somebody comes at them. Get the fuck out of here.
Speaking of toxic,
I thought it was funny how he used the term maximalish. He said, "I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist, but I'm maximalish." Like I'm pretty sure that's a Richard Hart term.
Yeah, go to that .com right now, dog, and tell me where it leads you to. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's HEX. So.
It might be HEX. That might be coined already.
But I mean, I see that regularly. Like I had some friends recently that they're in a chat with about a Discord with their own crypto buddies and stuff, and like they consistently bring up HEX, and everyone else is like, that's basically calls it a scam and laughs them out of there. But yeah, it's the same sort of thing, like they will not listen. They will not believe, like, it doesn't matter how much you tell them, and they, it's straight. And then they take serious offense to it. On the other hand, when you like call out like, oh no, this one, Matic, there is a admin key that's, like, why you got a FUD, bro? you're like, I'm not fudding. It's just how things are. I don't know.
There's this show called Timepiece Gentleman. It's probably the most popular watch channel on YouTube right now. And they were at the Bitcoin conference down in Miami, and they had a booth set up, and they were actually accepting Bitcoin. And it's funny just watching all the Bitcoiners come up. And this one guy ended up buying a watch, and he did it with Bitcoin. He literally had to go away and then come back and like, wow, it's like he actually paid with Bitcoin, guys. And he showed us, it's like it only took 12 minutes for the transaction to go through. And they're both so ecstatic. And I'm just like, man, 12 minutes to wait for your transaction to go through. I was like, sweet.
Your coffee's cold by then, isn't it?
And it was funny because they were up a couple $1,000s by the end of the convention, but they left it in Bitcoin. And then when the time they got back, it had actually dipped, and then they were actually they were slightly net negative overall. So it's just it just shows you, it's like if you are going to accept crypto, it's just something even as simple as just maybe just use a stable coin, use USDC when you're working with such slim margins, such as selling watches. It might be more beneficial if you're going to accept crypto to accept stable coins, but it just shows you how out to date a lot of these Bitcoin maximalists are. Like they get excited over 12-minute time transaction. I was just like, what the heck?
Yeah, it's silly. I mean, that's the thing, is that like just that whole interaction shows that it's a novelty. You know, it's not reality. They're not actually using that shit for like, you know, regular commerce. That's a complete novelty transaction. You know, like.
Yeah, and speaking of maximalism and cringe, I mean, we, you know, touched on that conference there, Motley did. So just, you know, putting a bow on that shit show. Yeah, the coolest part of that whole thing was the truck driving around with Freddie Quotes and the Hexagon anthem blaring, and
amazing.
Yeah, that was just outstanding. But there were so many cringe moments. I mean, I'm sure everybody who even saw anything about it here has one. I can't get the guy out of my mind who was basically sitting there on the couch saying, you know, I'm proud of my toxic maximalism, and it's just like, this is so disgusting, man.
Oh yeah, that ridiculous chain of logic where like you're not if you're not down with toxic maximalism, then you hate freedom. You're like, how did we get there? Like,
yeah.
Peter McCormick, the worst hype man ever.
Yeah.
When he's not busy putting girls in Muay Thai clinches together.
And the worst part of it is that, you know, many people who attended are now coming down with a certain illness that, you know, shall not be named, but also just I mentioned something in the cutthroats, but, you know, whatever your opinions are, you know, we got a big event coming up in Vegas. Just be careful, Hexagons. That's all I'm saying. You know, take some zinc or vitamin D or C, whatever floats your boat, but load up and you know, just be cautious. We're here for 15 years plus.
That's right.
Well, we're gonna get a lot of sun because evidently it's like 115 degrees. So
yeah, exciting.
that should be interesting. Next time, Maddie, bump it back a few months. That'd be much appreciated.
We will melt on the strip. So everything inside,
it's
basically,
gonna be hot.
fantastic.
It's gonna be real hot.
Cool. I mean, like, to be fair, I think that like most, I mean, I don't have anything outside that I'm gonna do except for maybe, I don't know, shooting guns from helicopters.
From helicopters? Bro, hit me up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We got that Dan Bilzerian stuff going on.
Indeed.
Blowing stuff up in the desert.
Oh yeah, well, I'll don't worry, I'll bring a slideshow back for show and tell later.
Oh yeah, well, Motley, you better wear that GoPro. That's all I'm saying. So
I never bought it. I need to. I guess I need to go get. Oh no, I started looking at watches, so I got sidetracked.
I mean, surely you can get a GoPro if you're looking at watches, man. Come
Yeah, I can, but the watches though.
Go back to the watches.
Richard needs to hurry up with his pulse chain so I could get rid of this damn liquid hex.
Dude, something else to spend your money on.
Yeah, it's tantalizing.
I know what you mean.
Well, let's move on and talk about something that's way more exciting, and that's our beloved HEX. So how about this Godwhale related wallet? It's been quite active over the past, I'd say, 24 hours. Now, in the past, just by my casual observations, you know, I noticed the guy. I remember he bought at like a penny or sub penny, and you know, kind of like went away and just casual, and then bought. I believe it was like maybe the second breakout, yeah, and went away. But this one, it seems like he's there, and he'll push it up. Wicket, and then
he decided Hex needs to be more valuable right now.
Let everyone who wants to sell into that, and then what happens? Oh, another 50 ETH comes in, and then goes up, and then comes back. Another 100 ETH comes in, or yeah, it's just it's cool to watch in real time.
Yeah.
He dropped 250 ETH about 8 hours ago to buy up that dip. When we got back down to like 0.068, he dropped 250 ETH and just ran us right back up. So he's it looks like he's defending 7 cents pretty heavily. So
it's right around here.
Yep.
And if you go back a little bit, that's kind of like would be support with the recent.
And like, and if it depends on if he's got a number or a value that he's trying to get of ETH he's trying to put in, or maybe it's a higher number than these 50 and 100 orders are allowing. And if he wants to put in another 5,000 ETH like he did way back when, it'll take a little while, or he might make a big move. But I think the tools, I don't know if the tools for these limit orders were as available the first couple times he was making these big buys. There were market buys early on. So yeah,
has anyone seen what he's? Has anyone been looking at what he's stuff in his wallet?
Well, you got it right here, brother.
Oh yeah, he's got synthetic. He's got a bunch of
synthetics. OMG.
What he really has is 94,000 Ethereum, though.
Yes,
that's the most important.
That's pretty much all you need.
Here.
94,000 Ethereum.
There.
Yeah.
And what's the dollar value on that? 220.
220. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. He for the longest time he was keeping his balance of like 100,000 ETH and above. You could tell that was just kind of like a psychological number. It looked like he wanted to stay at. And as of
that was pretty cool.
Yep. As of recent, he's just pretty much decided he's going to defend HEX and looks like run up the price. So he's dropped thousands of ETH over about every week. He's been proactively either buying dips, or when we've just been having sideways action, he's been bumping up the price by like 50 Ethereum.
50 yeah, look at that. That's what I mean. Is that like he's been a ton of 50 Ethereum buys, and like now he's like, all right, that's fun, but
bought the dip right here with these 150 was this dip this morning.
That's what I mean. Is that now he's doing 100 orders? Maybe that'll continue for a little while. I'd like to see a few more dip, 100 orders. It'd be great. Yeah.
Put his address into graphhex.rocks, Cabana. I believe he has over 300k T-shares. 300,000 T-shares. Yep. Crazy.
Mr. T-share man over here.
Sitting on a bag of 100 million liquid hex, and then has another 300k T-shares. Absolutely nuts. That's just this wallet. There might be more wallets that we don't know about.
Raking in 1.7 million hex a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Love it.
Where are you?
The fact that he's pulling in, think about it, because all right, Richard talks about it, and he talks about when he was mining, and here's and the mining thing is true. If you like a coin, you mine it, and then you're like, well, that's fun. I got some, but I need more. So you put in cash, that's his, and with Bitcoin, you were only getting 50 Bitcoin blocks at the back of the day, which wasn't worth that much. And if you're a rich dude, you probably wanted to buy a few thousand, so the same thing goes here with staking, where sure, he's staked and 1 million hex a day is cool, but he'd rather be sitting on 100 million liquid. So he's going to have to buy some, and that's fine, because he's got plenty of Ethereum to do it. So it's awesome. It's awesome to see, because he's obviously interested and wants to is already a huge player in the system, and now he's now we're really defending price and pushing things up.
So just changing tact a little bit, there was some talk about OKX. Was that confirmed in any way as well?
No, I think that was maybe speculation from Axis, but I don't want to step on his toes there. But it was interesting that was a nice, clean $250 million transfer. Yep. So I thought that was interesting, but I haven't followed up on that. If anybody knows what if that's been touched or whatever. Well, was it staked for 30 days, right?
Does OKX have margin trading on their platform?
Do not know.
I thought they did. I'll have a quick squeeze.
I'm not sure either. I'm asking because it would be, we might be able to kill a couple birds with one giant pile of hex.
But yeah, the Motley, going back to your point, well, that's looked up 300,663 T shares.
Jesus.
And look at that. Like one of those, he's got those T shares forever, man.
Yep.
He's gonna be hanging
Like
out of
11-year stake and 15-year stake, and then a little teeny one out there too. Yep.
And then what, 100 some liquid million?
Yeah, just
108 million, 109 million.
Yep.
Liquid.
Just in this wallet. Who knows if he's got other wallets?
He does actually. That's connected to another one, right?
I haven't gone too much sleuthing into his stuff. Besides,
according to Silver, this is more than one. So.
Okay. I mean, it would make sense. I'd be very surprised if he was keeping all his funds in one wallet.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
So, in answer to your question, it does have margin trading.
Hmm.
Be interesting to see.
What'd you say? Two birds, one hex, or
one big pile of hex. You can trade it, you can short it, you can long it. I dare you. I dare you to short it.
Interesting from Starcode that 109 million may be used for sacrifice.
That is an interesting thought too.
I also hope he keeps buying. So,
yes. Well, why wouldn't you? You just keep pushing that up because it's more volume going in.
Well, yeah, exactly. Think about like he's doing the thing. I mean, like if you by helping to keep pushing that price up, the dollar value of what you bought way earlier is worth so much more for sacrifice.
That's what Johnny was saying earlier. He's just creating more value of his bags.
Yep.
Does anyone know which wallet it was transferred? Was it transferred from one of the people who was defending the AA price, like arbitraging between that and?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I haven't done the research. I'm now interested.
T-Don, where you at in chat?
Yeah. Somebody doing my work for me.
One of our great hex trading room sleuths or IFers, as Rich calls them. So, professional.
Excuse me.
There you go. Just like Kirk is a professional.
Yeah. Oh, that's something. I'm just not sure what.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to, if I can find Motley's cool little tweet here. And I'll just read it until I can figure out how to pull it up for everybody to do it. Hypothetical scenario, says our very own Motley investor. Say Richard intentionally delays the sacrifice phase to keep hex price bullish as bleep. When BTC fails at 30K, that's an interesting assumption because if that does fail, it's going quite a bit lower. And the market collapses, ... the pulse chain releases equals a giant green candle while the entire market is in full capitulation. Chart porn equals the best marketing. How about that, Motley? You feeling, what's your confidence level on that, or is it just food for thought experiment kind of thing? Or
it's just food for thought. I mean, look what we're doing right now. Like, I didn't really see us taking off to these price levels until Richard announced the pulse phase, but looks like other participants are willing to increase the value of hex in the meantime. So if we're going to continue this slow, steady grind, I mean, you can see it now. The willing participants to actually sell, like, it is almost completely dried up, or the God whale has essentially pushed them out at this point. And so we're literally just sitting at these new price floors, just like we were earlier, just another cent. We could reach up to 10 cents before Richard even releases the announcement of Pulse Chain. And we could, at that point, we're jumping up 15, 20, 25 cents within a week or two of the sacrifice phase. It's gonna get ridiculous. Whether this was the intention or not, it's the reality we're coming into. As far as Bitcoin, we had a nice little bounce. Markets had a nice little bounce, but I think it's still very unsure. Everyone's very tentative to continue to put money in at this point. So you've seen it. We've had a little bounce, and we've just kind of stayed stagnant in the market, except for HEX. Everything else besides HEX has pretty much been staying put right now. So over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be interesting to see what direction the overall market goes. Right now, Hex is kind of doing what I was saying earlier. It's that giant green candle amongst a sea of red or stagnant cryptos, and we're moving right up that top 10 chart. And you're seeing everyone talk about it. The people that call it scams, the people that didn't know about it, people asking what is Hex, what is, like, I bought it, what does it do? Like, we're just seeing more and more new people come in, so it's getting the job done.
Yes.
Whether it's
Yeah,
intentional
I think-
or not.
When everything's in bear and the Texas just keeps going up, and it's not unusual. It has happened so much. It's the best advertising, without a doubt. Yeah.
So
I don't
even
think
before
Richard is
the
like-
sorry, go Blue.
Well, I just don't think Richard. To me, he comes across as a very honest person, and he looks like he wants to get this going. He wants to do it last week, and so I don't think that there's any him trying to time any market or anything like that. I think once it's ready technically, he's just going to go. That's what he's said,
also
and
likes
that's
game mechanics and game theory too. So.
Yeah,
It's not necessarily a lie. It's just, maybe he is still working on stuff, but he could.
Even-
I think he's mentioned he could release it now if he wanted to. They were just talking about being able to maybe sacrifice from like addresses off of it, like exchanges and stuff. So like he said he could release it. So I mean, technically he could release it now if he wanted to, and he's choosing not to. So it's just working.
Yeah, because he wants that exchange money.
Maybe
he wants people who are on exchange to be able to easily.
Maybe he also likes what Price is doing right now, and maybe he wants more sellers to get left behind and Price to continue up. So it's just it's an added bonus. It's not necessarily one or the other.
Yeah, I think even before we knew about Pulse, I mean, this was probably 3 months ago now, or 4 months ago. Myself included, we're all extrapolating where the price could go, and I've done a tweet ages ago. I reckon I had 13.5 cents by July, and that was before we knew anything about Pulse. So that was just sellers getting exhausted, and you could see the chart slowly creeping up. Now, obviously, I think it's been accelerated, but that was the chart was always heading that direction. Looking back on it, I think the timing thing has been running through my head, like where if you get the timing right on something like this, it's going to be just rocket fuel behind it. So it has sort of been running through my head. Is there a bit of delaying going on now, just to sort of capture a bit more of the mind share and let people drool over it a little bit when everything's red?
Do you think that once that starts, the sacrifice period starts, there's people there sitting with I don't know, something else, Bitcoin or Ethereum or something, and who are just before they sacrifice, they want to pump up the price, so they're just going to like whack it down, try to get that massive candle, and then maybe 5 or 10 minutes later do that sacrifice, so they get within that half-hour twap or whatever. Like, I think that we could see lots of huge spikes, and then people buying into people trying to play that as well. So I'm thinking when the sacrifice happens, there's going to be all sorts of interesting action going on.
There's a lot of game theory in it.
USDC. A lot of people are doing that. They have some sort of a small allocation of USDC on the side if that ends up being the case. But I mean, at the same time, you're going to have good actors out there as well. Like I'm sure Godwell will be more than willing to throw his hat in the ring during that as well. So.
Yeah, that's something I'm interested in, is if he's going to buy up the price now and not play into it and just sacrifice, or if he's going to buy more during that run up. I mean, it depends on how insane the price gets during that run up. I mean, I don't know if he's going to want to buy and what he thinks is going to be overbought.
There's a lot of game theory to that as well. So if everyone thinks going early and going hard is the way to play this, and they do that, there's a chance where someone can delay coming in a week and then really boost the price up on HEX and come in.
And that's where we need more details too, because that first phase, the volume phase, we don't know what the multiplier is going to be and at what levels. So that's going to be, those are just the big details that we've all had fun speculating on, but that's right. Really, until we get those, it's hard to determine what the best play is going to be. And even once we have those details, it's going to be going by the moment and watching what happens.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
there is.
Yes,
I mean, that's going to be the most interesting thing is like how like we get the details and then it starts. We get the details and then we get a couple days. You know, like all that matters. You know,
He was talking about not giving us any time either.
Yeah.
It's like you guys got enough time now. Like I could release it today.
I like it. I'm
right.
fine.
Yeah.
I've been saying to him, I'm
ready
down
now.
with that. Like I want that yesterday. I think that in general, we are also like it gives Hexicans an advantage too, because we've been the only cats in crypto thinking this hard and this in depth on this game theory and everything, you know, out there. I mean, so like we're way more plugged into being ready to deal with whatever comes at us, you know, and then everybody else is going to be rushing to just stuff in whatever they can, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever else they have, you know. So I mean, I think that there is going to be a lot of other. I know I have several people that are interested in just doing USDC. They don't want to deal with or not USDC, but US dollars into the sends thing too. That they don't even want to. They're like, no, I'll just onboard this way. That's their, you know. Okay, fine. You know, so.
Yep. No, so I think in this instance, less time's probably better because it stops a lot of the crafting and game theory crafting that everyone's going to have time to postulate about, and it'll just be got to get on with it. So.
This one's for whales only. There we go. Saw that in there, had to get that in. Anyway, worst ending to one of the best shows in TV ever, but I digress. So what would behoove Price more? Would it be just a straight out, like, not telling you, you know, when it's happening, and this, I'm talking hex price, or Richard comes on and says, okay, in 5 days, you know, the sacrifice phase starts, and then we have a date, and not just us, but, you know, crypto community, and it's like, okay, well, this is the, you know, the mark.
I always feel like that, but when you have a date, you always have, you're wary of the buy the rumor, sell the news sort of situations. No, I mean, I don't know if we're going to be a part of the, I don't think that this is going to be one of those.
Baby. Full FOMO.
So you're just all
now go.
You're all about the cannonball.
Yeah, I say that's part exactly that. Like catch. I mean, why these airdrops and you know, free drops that have happen basically, like, I mean, even the day before, that people are like, nope, not going to happen, we're not doing it, you know, and those ones are the worth the most, you know. So I think that, like, you know, less timing is better. It creates this, you know, insane desire for whatever it is they can't have unless they do something crazy like sacrifice coins, you know.
I want to be clear on what I said a moment ago, because we were talking about people coming in at different levels. I don't think there's going to be, it's not going to be price dropping that's going to be the issue. It'll be, you'll come in at a price, but the price will get pushed up higher, and you could have had more economic energy. So I think it's just going to be, it's going to be to the upside, not the downside. It's just how much economic energy you can transfer in.
Wow.
And if it happens, maybe if you've got that time weighted average period, then if someone comes in, pushes up high, dumps in, there's going to be a lot of game
It
plan.
might behoove you to keep a couple bullets in the chamber.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, and I mean, and in general, I still think that, like, if that's the case and we're looking at insane price appreciation on Hex, then it's behoove you to, you know, don't by any means sell all your Hex, man. That's where it's gonna.
You won't have to. You won't have to with the price increase. You can essentially sacrifice a fraction and still hit your USD value while maintaining a good portion of your Hex stack.
Yeah.
So,
in case anyone was wondering, behoove is the secret word for today.
we got
I've never heard that
now?
word on this stream ever, and now, like, we've all used it.
Didn't know that secret word.
Yeah, and you get 10K hex from
from BK.
Oh, speaking of that, Blue, I thought you were gonna say something there, but yeah,
he rogued. He's like, I'm out of here.
My 10K red.
I think he's having trouble with his internet.
Yeah, he is.
So he's trying to fix it.
Yeah, no, me and Blue were talking about it, that the Hex that I was going to give him for winning the contest last week, I'm going to match him on it as well, and we're going to talk to those that were working on the ads in Vegas or in Miami, and hopefully have some ads out in Vegas for us too.
Very cool.
Nice. Hey, we're just talking about the 10K hex, Blue Bum, and potential
He-
Vegas
He's
shenanigans.
a
if
smart
you
man.
can hear.
He got the right picked the right item, which I mean I was surprised. I didn't think anyone would pick this lovely 1 out of 60 in the world set.
Was there going to be a time limit on it, or were we just going to sit here for like the rest of the
I don't
night?
know. In hindsight, we should have probably had some sort of, but no, I mean, I
It's
kind
pretty
of
quick.
wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted to. It did happen pretty quick.
Yeah,
I mean, it was lots of
rather
fun
quick.
too. That was lots of fun. I may have another choice item or two before Vegas to do another one of those. for
I might
maybe.
I might do that with my watch reveal whenever I do get one.
There we go.
See who can guess the watch I bought.
Awesome. I
Oh,
love it.
all right.
That'd be a fun one.
Yeah, Blue Bomb, I think you were about to say something before you cut out. If you remember what that might have been, but if not,
I don't. Sorry.
okay.
And it's like I'm sending from my phone, and it's kind of like breaking up a lot and stuff like that, and going so I.
That's
how we
just how
sound.
I talk. That's just their voices.
that's Motley defending Hex every stream. Hey, now we got like a nice little a candle there. Hello.
Oh yeah.
Let's bring this little thing up here.
Ooh.
Hi, friend. How are you? Hello. All right. See you. Close to all-time highs there. But
I like it.
yeah, speaking of charts, I'm going to pull up this wonderful thing that Axis, who I believe is still in chat, tweeted. And
Yeah, this is a great chart.
oh my gosh, I'm surprised. Yeah. And I think, Motley, you guys were talking about it last night while I pulled it up on your night stream.
Yeah, I think it was the overall market cap of HEX compared to the rest of the crypto, and then he overlaid the T-shares onto it.
Yes,
Really nice
that
chart.
is on its way here. This beautiful thing.
And that's almost like another reason I was talking about on the night stream for even Richard.
This one's great.
Whether he wants to come out and say it or not, that might be another reason for him to delay the sacrifice phase, because in July we have some of the most T-shares expiring, or right up to the end of June and beginning of July. So maybe he wants a lot of those stakes to get sacrificed, all that liquid HEX coming onto the market. So it could be another reason that we're seeing Pulse Chain delayed. Maybe not, but food for thought.
Thanks for the little
Thanks,
lesson
for
there.
that.
But yeah, this chart is pretty cool to look at. It's so we have the expiring T shares down here, and I was actually when you were looking at it, Motley, I was just listening last night because that stream's the late one, so I actually got the visual today, and you were like, "Oh man, all these T shares expire soon." And I was like, "What?" And sure enough, I mean that's a stack of T shares that are coming to
Might be good to sacrifice some of that, get that liquid HEX
expiration.
off the market.
Yeah.
Because after this year, once we really get through these next couple months, 2022 and onward, it starts to get pretty barren as far as what we've seen coming onto the market these past 2 years. So
The next actual run up after this and T shares is expiring is going to be like at the 2.5 year mark, basically.
HEX will be talked about in dollars by then, for sure. Without a doubt.
What's that, a year from
a lot
now?
of talk about $1 at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of talk about $1. I mean, and Freddie Quotes was in the Discourse Syndicate Wake Up HEX stream yesterday morning and was like, guys, you realize that like what was it, 40-some thousand ETH would push HEX to, I think it was, I forget what price point. Was it $1 or $10? I don't have the chart on me, but he was like, that's 2 days of the AA. It's like, just think about that for a second. It was just like, oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Can you remember us talking about this on streams like way before Big Payday about like you're thinking about when this remember we were like, oh, after Big Payday, there's only like a few more weeks of adoption amplifier worth of coins expiring. Well, now we're way past that, and like we don't even have like a couple days worth of adoption amplifier coins expiring is a lot now. So like I mean it's going to be even crazier soon.
This is
And
what's
if
so
you're a
frustrating
big,
now, because like I can buy my Grail watch if I want to, and like my Grail watch would rival a lot of Richard's watches, but I know what at price that comes at. I know how much that money can do in just a short period of time. So it just goes back to that just delayed gratification and what we've all been taught for the past 2 years. If you can put off that the short-term gratification, it's going to pay you dividends in the long term. So got to hold out a little bit longer. Not much.
it'll be
though, I
worth
don't
it,
think.
mate. It'll be
Yeah,
worth it,
for
Motley,
sure.
I think. Be
What
worth
what is
waiting.
I missed this New Year's stunt there, Blue Bum. Can you refresh our viewers on what this might have been?
I just I did a shoulder stand on my girlfriend's feet and sung a song in Italian about a family of hunchbacks.
It was great.
I need to go back and watch that. So
I'm
if that is still
I'm
on the
still
internet.
bitter
You a
about
little-
missing out on the tattoo.
Can I tell you a little story about that?
Please.
When was it, Blue Bum? Was it
New
New Year's
Year's.
Day?
New Year's.
Yeah.
And we were chatting, and
Yeah.
I was at my family's house, my parents' house with the family, and you actually jumped on and sang it for my family, and they got a real kick out of it because my family's Italian, so they understood what you were talking, what you were singing, and they got a real kick out of it. That was he still tells me about that. It's pretty funny. You got to go back and check it out. That's hidden talents that Blue Bum has.
It's awesome.
So
If I got that Richard Hart tattoo back then, it'd be worth $153,000 right now without being staked.
Wow.
That 2 million hex is $153,000 now.
See, this is
That's retarded.
It's so ridiculous.
and
That
you're
is
talking
retarded.
buying watches, man. I mean, where that can go.
That's actually the price of my Grail watch too. That's actually the price of my Grail watch.
Oh, you're gonna give it away?
Well, I mean, maybe that's a clue for
that's
people
what
to
I'm
guess
saying.
later.
Yeah.
All right. You
I mean,
heard it.
this ridiculous watch is already like 3 times or 3.5 times whatever I spent on it if I held on to the hex. So yeah.
That's why I can wait.
Yep.
Yep.
Crazy. I think Brennan had comments going by that fast. His Grail watch. Wow. Anyway. I
How
don't
fast
see
do
it
you reckon
anymore.
someone would a Richard Hart tattoo now if they were offered 1 million hex?
Yeah. Oh man.
no,
What's that?
Yeah.
Richard
I'm
Hart
sure
for
that
$1 million
I'm-
hex?
I'm
Now
sure
that
some
it's
people would do that now.
Like, how much do you reckon? Like, how quickly do you reckon someone would get it now? Hey, like that's that.
I mean,
price.
I was literally driving out there, but they'd started it. So on the East Coast, it was already midnight, so all the tattoo parlors and shops were closed on the East Coast. I'm really surprised that no one did it on the West Coast because they're 3 hours behind us, so they could have gotten it. It was 2 million hex at the time, which still wasn't small money. I think it was $20,000 at that point.
Yeah, I mean, there's at least 5 or 6 hex tattoos in the community, at least now that I've seen. So I mean, maybe more.
There's a couple of pulse ones as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
people are doing it for free. They
Yeah,
I like the
great.
Pulse ones because I'm like, man, if Richard ever decides to change that logo,
I thought that was a bit
that's what I
presumptuous, that
told
one.
T-Bird. I was like, man, I hope he doesn't change that logo. OG tat.
It was Bitfinesse. I said Brennan, but yeah, it was Bitfinesse. That's who tweeted about or not tweeted, but the Grail watch. The tiny piece of his hex gains.
The sun.
AK Wall is looking dope, my friend.
Well, thank you very much.
That's
Yes.
not all that's dope there. All right.
Yeah. Actually, it's being my little rig's being cleaned right now. So as you can see, I'm just as I come, just with the glass of the red.
Yeah, no sippy cup tonight with the straw.
No sippy cup with the straw tonight.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, let's see what else we got. So yeah, I think we had AppHex up here earlier. let's get the latest count. But when I had checked earlier today before stream, there was only 135 million hex on Uni. Let's see, do quick math here. 77,
Man,
34,
this is crazy.
111. Let's see, 21, 55, 59. So yeah, it's like less than 140. It looks like, man. So there's not a lot to buy.
Crazy.
And you have a certain God whale related wallet out there just scooping up, 100,000, 250,000 at a time. There's going to be a time where the stuff runs out, right? I mean, it's just math. And
well, it won't run out.
Well,
but
I mean.
Price will be lots higher, and there will be a much smaller amount to get.
It will not run out. Forgive my exuberance there. But
it'll feel like
you
it
know what I mean. You know what I mean.
It'll feel like if if you look at, I mean, even now, like compared to when we used to have like hundreds of millions, I mean, almost like a billion plus hex available on in liquidity, at much lower prices. So yeah, this is the ratchet is ratcheting upwards as it should be.
Yeah, working as planned.
73, 94 million, 128. Oh, so we're down to like 132.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Even
That's
better.
Of all the Uniswap
It's
pools.
nuts.
Yeah.
And now we're talking tattoos
you
in
still
chat.
got liquidity. Most of the BTC, isn't it? I get on whatever that exchange is.
I mean, there's a lot of limit orders.
I think half the liquidity is still over against BTC, isn't it?
No,
you got a Nomics stock.
No,
if you go to nomics.com, you can see.
You're talking on Hit BTC.
All the exchanges are relatively small amount of hex.
Yeah. Which would be interesting
Really?
if the OKX rumors are true, because if OKX rumors are true, they would have they'd be able to more than double the liquidity of HEX right now from that cold wallet move. 250 being moved over that's
a little
just
less
about,
than, I guess. Right?
A little less. Yeah, you're like a little less than double the liquidity of. Well, I mean, you'd more than double it, because you'd add it, and then you'd have 1x. I guess it'd be 2x more, because there'd be like 2/3 bigger.
Well, that and whoever it was staked it for 30 days, so they're going to have a couple more million hex, right?
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, not a couple more million. I thought they did.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I do believe it was staked. I'm going to have to find that.
That makes me believe it's not believe less that it's the exchange, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But what do I know?
Well, they could be waiting for, in fantasy land, little fancy talk here. They could be waiting for the end of the sacrifice phase, pulse launch, and then margin trading. And then, we just earned a little more hex while we waited.
And they could launch Pulse Hex and ETH Hex if they wanted, and they have both. Then.
Yeah. The first exchange that launches Pulse, that's going to be massive for them. If they're that gateway for Pulse and all the other things on it, that is a huge thing. So it would behoove an exchange to get in front of that.
Now we have secret words on the stream.
That's great.
I was just looking at the market cap rankings on Nomics, and we've really cemented that in with Doge. Now we're sort of flipping and flopping with them for a while there, but that's getting pretty decisive now, that move above those guys. And number 5 Cardano is looking not that far away.
No.
Where are we?
I don't know if it was breaking up a bit before for me, but like when I was talking about where the volume is, on Nomics here it says Bitmart has 41% of the volume.
Can you trust that though?
For Nomics?
Not
you mean
economics, but the exchange. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bitmark's got a transparency of A rating with nomics.
Oh, man, is that really the case? Wow, I couldn't imagine that a centralized exchange has that much HEX and is doing that much volume.
Mm.
I mean, like, if that's the case, I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
We
I
gotta
think
go
the main pair is against BTC there as well.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
yep.
HEX BTC.
Yeah, that's where all the volume is.
But they get a transparency rating of C on here, is what I'm looking at, right?
I'm just on my phone here. It says it's green. It says Bitmark. Maybe that's yeah.
No, I've got a C on mine, but yeah, that a lot of the volume is on the Bitcoin pair.
It's $14 million of being traded on that. There, it's well, I'll be damned. I mean, I don't know if that's. I want that. Somebody do some digging. Get us an answer. Yeah. Is this correct? Is that a lot of wash trading? I don't know. That's 41% of all the volume. It says. That's
the only thing I could think of is like those could be the front runners for some of the trades you see on the Whalebot or whatever. You know what I mean?
To me, it makes sense.
It's possible.
If you want to trade against USDC, you do it on Uni. If you want to trade against ETH, you do it on Uni. If you want to trade against Bitcoin, you do it on Bitmart.
That's
obviously.
True. You got to do it on Bitmart, or you got to do it somewhere that's got. I mean, Bitbox or CoinSuper or so Hotbit. You know, it's just. I mean, like it's a dredge of terrible exchanges after that. I guess Bitmart is probably one of the better. Let's face it. If you're day here on the happy hour, that's for sure.
If you're a degen trader, there's a lot of activity on HEX. It's the only one that's alive at the moment, so why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, I mean, 200 million HEX worth of volume going on at Bitmart right now.
Every comment in chat has behoove in it now. I'm just. I love you, chat. Oh man,
awesome.
All right, where am I at? Because I just lost my train of thought there with all the behoovedness. But anyway, so yeah, we talked a lot about HEX and touched a little bit on Pulse. So yeah, we touched on it before, but Richard's stream, obviously the main comment that gained the most attention and social media, posts and all that was, quote, "You're not going to get a warning. It's just going to launch." So we touched on it a little bit, but I just wanted to, come back to it for a second, because I think, it is a very interesting point to consider from the game theory side, because it's like, okay, well, is it going to be a warning? Is it going to be 3 days? What's the initial period like? Could it be 3 days, 7 days, the 30-minute kind of thing that Bloo was talking about there? What will the final consensus, deem fit? And it's like, okay. Or will it be, hey, I'm launching on July 1st and, the sacrifice phase starts. And, that's it. So there's so many things to consider here. And the other thing is the length of the sacrifice phase. So we were at like 30 days, right? And since then it's kind of wavered a bit. And it's like, I've seen chat of, it could be shorter. What if it were a couple weeks? What if it were a week? Any thoughts on that?
I like it all. I like it. I want it now.
You just want a cannonball in the pool.
I want a cannonball in the pool. I want it now, and I want it short, and then I want Pulse as soon as possible afterwards. I want this. I want this. Give it to me, please.
Sound like a typical male, Big Kurkowski.
Give it to me.
Anyway.
Give it to me.
I think 2 weeks would be a bit nicer. Yeah. Like, it's a month. A month seems like a long time.
But there's going to be people that are going to. We're very much in the circle of what's going on and know this is happening. There's a lot of people that don't. So you're going to need to give those people time to see the message get out
that still
And-
don't,
and-
even after all this time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean,
So
Yeah, here's what I say about that. Is like, all right, in my degen shitcoin ways, I've purchased several other coins in my day. I've purchased the Ethereums and the ADAs and the Matics and
Any dogs?
I mean, no, I mined that when I was mining Litecoin, to say it like merge mined it. But like I purchased all those at some point in time or another. Polkadot, whatever. I've fooled around with all of them. None of those, not one of those coins, did I buy at the pre-sale or did I get in on the launch. And I still did all right on almost all of those coins. Almost every one of those I profited on, and I got in what we would consider at this point in time late. So like I think that plenty of people will come in late and will hear about it late and will buy in after. And I think that Richard's fine with that. I mean, I think he's going to get a lot of he wants to maximize the capital that comes into it. And maybe 30 days is good, but like you have to remember that there's two things at play here. There's like the money that you want to maximize, the amount that you want to get in the pot, and then all of that money you're holding on to, and you want to give people the product, as soon as possible too. So like you don't want that period to be. I mean, 30 days is long enough. Confessions of a degen. Yeah, tell me what I can fool around with the worst of it. I slink in the darkest of shadows. So yeah, but that's I think that 30 days is the max length that I'd like it to be. I'd like it shorter, and I'd like the pulse right afterwards, within a week or two afterwards.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, after it finishes, this doesn't stop people coming in and being a part of it. I guess it's just
no, it's about how much Richard wants to maximize what goes into the sacrifice, which is important to some degree, but also like. I mean, it's not like he's got to maximize his return. That's not exactly it. It's about getting this out at the right time so that we can provide communities that, you don't want to launch it at the very worst part of the bear market or once everyone's fully feels burnt out by everything, because people are going to be less likely to, they're already down 90%, let's get some of their money out before we're down that far.
How about this George Carlin-esque thing from Brianna?
Yeah, there you go.
A 30-minute sacrifice phase. Open the gates. And that's it.
One tweet from Richard, and that's it. Just it starts, and then you just get 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Oh my God! People be driving 100 miles an hour down the street to get back to their crypto.
And imagine if that happened while you guys were in Vegas.
I'm setting up contingency plans. I'm setting up contingency plans. I will not be bringing it with me, but I'm setting up contingency plans.
You'd be out at the pool, like just football.
Yeah, hopefully I'm in a clear state of mind, but I kind of have at least a rough idea of what I'm going to do.
That's a good call. You saying that? I heard you saying that before. Motley has made me start to align that.
It's getting close.
It really is. I know. My attitude is going to change a lot in like 2 happy hours right before we go to Vegas. I'm like, you know what?
Fuck it.
We can wait a little bit. We can wait just like 2 more weeks or so. 3 or 4 days.
It'd be smart to do it when
it goes live, and you're like,
just
fuck
imagine
it.
all those hexagons just going, fuck it, just sacrifice all of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're all fucked up. We're like, yeah, take it all, take it all. Just everything goes out the window.
Yep.
So I guess that's a fair question. I guess for the room, is everybody, ready if, Richard comes out tomorrow and is like, okay, live stream. Hey guys, sacrifice stage begins as soon as I log off. Is everybody cool with that? I mean, I'm cool with it. I can go for longer, but I would be cool. How about you, Kirk?
Yeah,
I'm ready. I'm ready right now.
That's right. Motley?
Either or, I'm good.
Jexxa?
Yeah, I've got a plan. I'm sure that's going to go to shit as soon as we find all the rules. But yeah, I've got a plan.
But if it were to start like tonight at midnight, still be good.
If you haven't got yourself to a stage where you're emotionally prepared or you got your
by now
ducks in a row now, then
if you're hexing,
plenty of time. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I agree with that. How about you, Day 43?
Oh, look, I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be. Ready to go.
Yes,
Bloo?
sir.
Yeah, I'm ready, and I'm just going to keep a flexible mind for it. I haven't got any kind of set plan. I'll just wait for the details and stuff like that. What I'm more concerned about is we've got a whole lot of people we've onboarded who are going to want to sacrifice, and if I'm going to have to get through all of them in 3 days, like especially if the people I have to handle through
that's
going to be a busy 3 days, and I'd love a little bit of time just to get all that kind of.
7 days would be better.
Oh, you're saying 7 days?
I think 7 days would be better than 3 days.
I think even a couple of days to know the rules would probably help. Like,
yes, I'm
just to digest the rules. Yeah.
In total agreement with that. I don't think it would behoove. No, just kidding. But I don't think it would make the most sense for just being like, okay, guys, it's on, and then everybody like scrambles to pulsechain.com and is like going through like everything. Like, let it digest. Let some content happen, some discussions. We've done it enough. Obviously, through all of our streams on all the channels. I mean, charts and technicals and game theory. We've done all of that here. But it would make the most sense for people to be like, okay, this is what is actually happening. All right, we've been preparing for it, but we have an official list. I mean, it's all been speculation. Probably some of it will prove to be accurate. Some of it won't be. But I can't see just be like, I'm launching in 3 hours,
I mean, there's just two sides of me, like everything.
You just want to go.
Yeah, there's the one side of me that just wants to go, but there is another more realistic side of me that when you said that, Blue, that
you think that
really it makes me remind myself of I did a lot of onboarding. I have a ton of people that would the insanity of a week of me trying to help them all out through this part is going to be very high.
Just not
going
Vegas.
Back to work, man.
Not while we're in Vegas. That's all I ask. Not while we're in damn Vegas.
Thank you.
Not in Vegas, please. Anything but.
That would be just cruel.
That would be really cruel. Hey, what's that first really big Hexagon meetup? Yeah, launch the sacrifice phase. Go. Come on, Richard.
Yeah, Piston's like having kids. Are we ever really ready? Oh,
it's true.
Fair.
That's what I mean. Is it I just want to see what the next step of life has in store for us, So open up the door number pulse. Let's go.
Door number pulse.
And it makes sense to do.
All right, Kirk. Well, I think. Sorry, Blue. Go ahead.
I think he's locked up again.
Oh.
Well, that's a happy face to be locked up on.
Yeah. Australian.
You're gonna have to go again, Blue. We missed all of that.
Going on with me when I think that just now that it's.
All right, let's play the game.
Yeah, now
what is Blue Bomb saying?
What did he say?
Guys,
he says
it's not really working.
Hex is going to $1. I heard that. Next month. Okay, cool. Great.
He is emergency end staking his entire bag and dumping it into Pulse. Okay, got it. All right. Well, there you go.
Oh, he's up.
That's it. That must have been it.
What else is there to say?
That was probably going to be some really sage advice. The best thing that's
the best advice goes unheard.
Well, I had a couple other talking points here for maybe we'll give him one more chance to come back. But just a quick shot around the room for a couple questions, and then we can put a bookend on this. But I mentioned the Vegas meetup. Are you guys day 43? Jexxa, you guys are doing an Australian one too, right?
We're having a few issues traveling around our country. Getting out of the country is really hard.
Yep.
And even at the moment, traveling between where day 43 lives, that's pretty tricky at the moment. A lot of lockdowns and things going on.
We're still.
But you guys are having some sort of meetup. Is that correct?
It was supposed to be in like 3 different locations though. So the issue with Australia is actually traveling to those, even within the country.
Yeah.
Bummer.
But yeah, I think they're having up in Queensland. Is that right? Day 43.
Yeah, I think they're having it in 3 locations, like Motley said. I think if you want to find out more, you can go to JFK666. He's got a Twitter account. You can go to his Twitter account and ask him. He's got all the details. And I think they're going to be on the Gold Coast, and I think one of the other places they're going to is Nimbin, which is known for its I don't know, hacky
Greenery.
Speaking of greenery,
hacky sacks and no footwear.
Hippies.
Australian
hippies.
If anyone hasn't looked at their Staker app in a while, you should definitely check it out. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I've been actually thinking about it all stream. I'm like, I can't wait to go refresh that shit.
Yeah.
We hit an all-time high. We've hit 7.9 during the stream.
I mean, pretty much besides the wick, this is pretty much really a.
Yeah, I had a feeling we'd get to 8 cents pretty quick after Richard tweeted, "If you don't like HEX at 8 cents, you'll love it at $1."
And there's that dollar thing again, right?
So,
I will buy my Grail at $1 in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
in a heartbeat.
All right. Well, let's move around a little bit before we call this a completed happy hour sesh. So I had just a list of quick little questions here. Go around the room. Price of HEX at the end of sacrifice. We'll start with Kirk and go around.
This has changed, I believe, 25 cents.
Price of HEX at the end of sacrifice. Nice. Motley.
30 cents.
Yeah, there
See,
you
you guys are so bullish. I mean, I love it. That's awesome. Jexxa.
33 cents.
Wow.
Wow, this is just the one up here. All right, Dave.
Do I hear 35?
I'm going to play the Price is Right game and say 21 cents. Just.
Wow.
I hope it's 33.
Me too.
I will go with my year-end target of 12.5 cents. There we go.
Love it.
I'll be the conservative and be the Price is Right $1 bidder.
I can tell you right now that price is getting blown out of the water.
All right, fine by me.
I had a July price of 13.5 cents before all of this happened, so I've got to have a factor for that in there somehow. I don't know how you factor this in, but yeah.
I like to be surprised, so that's why I also don't check my Staker app on a pump. I wait for a dip, and I'm just that way.
You should check now.
No, I can't, man.
You should check now. Get a nice screenshot.
We touched on this a little bit. Kirk, will there be margin trading on HEX this year?
I mean, if OKX lists, then maybe. If not,
yes or
then
no?
Somebody. Yes. Yes. There will be margin trading before
expedited
December.
answering of the questions.
Yes.
By December 31st, 2021, will there be margin trading on HEX? Yes. Kirk has it as a yes. Motley?
Yes.
Yep, I'm going with a yes.
43?
Price is Right? No.
How do you feel, 43?
Sorry, I cut out for a second there. What was the question?
Will there be margin trading on HEX by December 31st of this year?
Everyone said yes.
I'm going to go with the yes.
All right. I'll go with yes too, because
if we've got those exchanges sniffing around, that's got to be good.
Quite a bit. All right, so we're at number 6 on Nomics right now. HEX top 3 by when, Big Kirk?
Before the end of the year, for sure. I'd say by Halloween. By Halloween. All right.
That's a date. Nice. Motley.
July 4th, America.
Wow. That's like weeks.
America.
Holy smokes, man! That's like 3.5 weeks. Jexxa.
I've got to stick with,
We get there at 10 cents.
I've got to stick with my
We're
price call.
number
So I
three.
reckon by the end of the sack phase, we'll be there.
Love it.
So Kirk, you said Halloween though. So would you
I
care
guess,
to?
I guess now that I'm thinking about those numbers, yeah, if we're talking about my price prediction, yeah, I guess we would be by the end of the sacrifice. So by the end of the sacrifice, so yeah, I'd say July 20th.
All right, and day 43, Hex top 3 by what date or time period?
I think most definitely by the end of the year, but it would be nice to see it by August. And I don't know how my calls are sounding like the most bearish calls. I've just said 21 cents, and I'm the bear in the room.
It was great.
I think the most Patrick Hexline and I have been maintained our conservative nature, and perhaps we will be the most surprised. So I'll go with July 1st, Canada Day, right? So something like that.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, what did you say, Motley? His math takes it around like a dime ish.
Yeah, a dime. I think securely puts us in number 3. So
All right, so I will go with that.
So you're right. We're coming quick.
I think
between 6 and 3.
announcement-
Yeah, between 6 and 3 is not a big jump.
Yep.
No, it's true. You're right.
The announcement of Pulse pretty much pushes us to number 3. I think no problem.
All right, and saving the best for last, the price of Hex by the end of the year, December 31st, 2021. Big Kirk, what does the crystal Hex ball say?
I don't know, man. I'm starting to believe Hexologist, man. I'm starting
Really?
to believe Hexologist. $2.01, man. Let's do
What? Nice. All right, Motley. Are you?
Why are you always fishing for details? I know you want that golden chart. Hex will be over $1 by the end of the year.
Nice. Jexxa.
Yeah, my chart had a dollar by January next year, but given what's going on, I reckon easily $1 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say somewhere between 43 cents and $4.30. Somewhere in between.
There's a solid
wait
range.
ahead.
Sorry, what was the range? 30 cents and $4.30.
43 cents and $4.30.
I think you're gonna nail it.
43's got it for sure.
I reckon you've called that one.
That was awesome.
I've got the Patrick Hex Lion to whales only range. So it's the lion to whale, 12.5 cents to $10. No, just kidding. Because whales only said $10. I'm going to go breaking news. I'm going to update my year-end price target. I'm going to double it from 12.5 cents to a quarter. I'm still the conservative guy in the room, but I'll take it to a quarter. Motley's just smirking at me.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Hey man. Hey.
I'd be very happy with a quarter, but
I'm
much more.
You know, at a quarter, I'm like streaming this thing from a private island or something. But maybe not.
Belarus is like between 0 and 1 billion.
Chat all over the price. Yes.
I like that.
0 and 1 billion.
Very nice. Very good call, Torres.
Star code. See? Yeah. It's, you're gonna make me wish I went back to my conservative ways.
I mean, if we're talking end of the year, here's a little possibility.
I will bet star code 1,000,000 hex right now. That is not the case. I will bet you 1,000,000.
Hold on.
Wait. No, it's personal because he outbid me on the hex painting. So I will bet him 1,000,000 hex that we end way higher than 10 cents.
But we got to have
on which. The next question you got to ask yourself is on which chain?
By the end of the stream,
probably almost both. Really,
that's going to be the interesting thing.
That'll be a double or nothing.
That
man,
I'd have to think about that. But I mean, honestly, everyone on stream right now is going to have both their bags anyways. So really, you should be looking at what the combined value is. But there's no way it stays at 10 cents by the end of the year. Million hex bet if you want to take it, star code. Let me know. Hit me up.
And if you do hit him up, and let's have the reveal next Friday there, Motley, if there is a bet to be made.
Okay.
We are still pamping, gentlemen.
Gosh, it's so good.
We just leap up to 10 cents on
By the
stream.
end of the stream, yeah.
We are at all-time highs. Cheers, everybody.
Oh wow! Cheers.
Yes.
Pass the wick.
Look at
Amazing.
that. Fantastic.
Nice way
Wow!
to finish.
Holy shit!
All right.
Awesome.
Well, before we go down, let's work our way through our. All right. I'm gonna probably exit scam on y'all is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you're selling at the high. I understand.
Yeah, I'm selling straight up at the high. I gotta get.
He's got to get to his computer real.
I go
quick,
get to my
guys.
keys real quick, y'all.
Man, Hex is dipping. That's weird. Guys, you see my new Louis robe? I guess.
It's left. What's going on?
Just bought a new cabana in Puerto Rico. Jeez.
Yeah.
Hey, what? No,
You're all invited. Don't worry.
yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Kirk, for thinking of us. All right, so Kirk, we don't have much left. I mean, we could do like some easy trivia before you go, or we can start to close up shop here.
Do easy trivia with us and then go. I mean, we're pretty much
All
done
right.
anyways. This is a good way to
All
end
right,
on all-time highs. Why not?
All right,
let's
why
do
not?
it.
Let's have a little fun. Do a little round of easy trivia. So if you're new to the show, we have time, which we do today, and we're just happy because all-time highs. We're looking at them right now, and it's gorgeous. But anyway,
Beautiful.
I will try to peel my eyes away from that for some questions. So everyone on the show, if you could please silence or move away from the YouTube chat and go to private chat. I'm trying not to, Walter. I'm trying not to.
Trying to read through it real quick.
But yeah, we just have a little fun here at the end of the show every now and then. Big Kirk, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm very ready.
Easy trivia. Easy trivia. Big Kirk, in the song Peaches by Justin Bieber, what state
Why?
does he get his weed from? What state does he get his
Just
weed from?
Useless knowledge.
Before I'm out of this game already, I thought
He was just trying to
You,
get
you
out
said
of
you
here
had to
quick.
go, so
yeah, I'm out already. I'm gonna guess, but like I mean, the peaches thing makes me. These aren't answers, but the peaches thing makes me think Georgia. But I'm gonna go with I don't know California or Colorado because those are like typically places that are that somebody might sing about getting their herb from. But
in Colorado.
I was hoping that you were talking about the Presidents of the United States song "Peaches."
moving to the country. Gonna
Yes.
eat a lot
I
of
was like, I
peaches.
got this to ask, and then you pull the Bieber shit on me.
Pull the Bieber.
Fuck. I mean,
Your final answer?
I'll say Cali. I don't know.
The correct answer is California.
Oh, he's staying. He's staying.
I knew you were going to get a weed question wrong, Kirk. Come on.
I mean,
man.
it's like the Walmart of weed kind of question to ask there. Like it's the easiest answer. Fair enough. Thank you for getting me out of the first round with that one.
All right. Motley Investor.
I'll probably get out if it's this pop culture crap.
It is pop culture, but easy round supposedly for the first one. What color is Yoda in Star Wars?
Green.
Good job. See,
Thank
That's
you.
the
As
question
long
I
as it
needed.
wasn't Justin Bieber related, I'm good.
all right. Down to Jexxa. What does MVP stand for? Typically in the sports world.
We'll go with most valuable player.
That would be correct. And day 43. Who is the 16th president of the United States? No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Where are we at here?
Obama.
A scientist that studies rocks is a what? Rocks.
Geologist.
Correct. We are out of the first round, gentlemen. We are out of the first round.
Lucky
It
I
gets
didn't say
harder
what
from
I
here,
wanted.
guys.
Yeah, it does get hard. I tried to get you
I always
through.
thought that was hard, but
Green Yoda. Let's go.
same color as the candles.
Big Kirk, what color is an emerald?
Same color as the candles. Cameras.
Green as fuck.
Candles. Green, my good sir. Same
Motley
color as my
investor.
sapphire watch glass. Yes.
Motley
I
investor.
love that glass.
You like animal questions. On
Yes,
a
I do.
farm, a kid is a baby what?
Just want to make
On
sure
a
I got it
farm,
right. Yeah, I got it. Goat.
a kid is a baby
Goat.
what?
Goat. I just wanted to make sure. Goat.
Goat is correct. Jexxa. I lost my question. I'm trying to find my wayward question. And where did it go? Okay. Jexxa, what color is the Starbucks logo?
Oh. I should know that, but we don't have any Starbucks over here. It's got to be green as well, doesn't it?
It is green. It's a green themed show with all the green candles.
I get it now. I get it. Oh man.
Pumping.
All right, day 43. The Heinz Company is most famous for what condiment?
Ketchup.
Ooh.
Nice.
Sir.
Ketchup it is.
We're about to crack 8 cents, guys. It almost did.
Yeah.
Someone just sold down a little bit. We're close though.
Ketchup it is.
Just for the record, I would have got that one wrong. I would have went with beans.
Oh man. Relish because it's green. I
I
like the way you think, Franklin Hex. Yeah. Let's just, I mean, I can't stop looking at this thing. Hold on. I mean, this is
Just
nice.
You,
boys.
you might want to make an exception and look at your staker. Just say.
Check it out.
I know you don't look at pumps, but
I
you
don't
might
like
wanna look at this
wicks,
one.
man. I like it when it
That's-
settles. And then,
That's not a wick. That's not a wick.
well, not yet, but yeah.
Not yet.
Oh man, too cool.
I've
Too
got a
cool.
bit of trivia for you, Cabana.
Yeah, man.
What do we call ketchup
get rid
in
of the
Australia? What do Aussies call ketchup in Australia?
Oh, see, I was thinking about
Blood.
doing a guess the Aussie slang thing, but I didn't. I don't know.
We call it dead horse.
Dead horse.
Pretty close
Yes.
to blood.
It rhymes there because it rhymes with sauce. So we
Dead
call it
horse.
ketchup sauce and
All right.
dead horse.
Sauce.
Get me
Dead
the dead
horse.
horse because it's red. So that's
Not
Sure.
catsup.
That's crazy. Y'all Aussies are wild. I'm tell you
You
what,
guys
it's
are
English, but is it really, man? Shit.
All right, Big Kirk.
Yes.
Willy Wonka ran what type of factory?
Oh, chocolate factory.
Very good.
Everlasting Gobstopper Factory. Gosh.
I mean, that was part of it. too.
Motley investor. Who is the host of Wheel of Fortune?
Bob Barker.
Pat Sajak. It's Pat Sajak.
Yeah, shit.
Oh, he answered it too quick. But
Yeah.
he really just wanted to go look at the hex chart. So I can't.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel
Yeah.
it.
Jexxa, what Italian city is known for its leaning tower?
Pizza.
Pizza is correct. And day 43, a pharaoh is the title of the ruler of what ancient country?
Egypt.
Correct. All right, we got a three-way battle for the prize here. Let's go to
Just quietly, what is the prize? How seriously do I need to be taking this?
Right,
we
right.
are
A
7 and
second
9.
phone.
Yeah, 7.9 pennies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. No, the prize you get is just basically a moment in the sun.
Fame and glory.
Fame and glory.
Yeah.
That's it. It's worth it to me. I'm fighting hard.
Typically, chat's throwing the answers on the screen, but they're all looking at the price chart. So this is nice. All right, little music. Let's head down the music road. Big Kirk, who is the lead singer of Maroon 5?
Is it Adam something or another, Levine or something? I don't know.
Who is the lead singer of Maroon 5?
I don't know. I think it's that Adam dude, Adam something or another, but I don't know. He's Adam Levine. Get me out of here.
Nope, you're not getting out of here because you are correct.
Oh,
No, I'm great. I'm amazing.
Jexxa, who is the lead singer of the band U2?
U2.
U2.
Bono.
Bono is correct. And day 43, who was the lead singer of the band Nirvana?
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain is correct. And Big Kirk is going to forfeit his chance at winning, or he just went to go look at the chart. I see you looking at that chart. Oh, all right.
Kids in the room.
Everybody's looking at the chart. Isn't that a cool chart?
Hello. See, that's why this is what happens when the happy hour runs too long.
Sorry, I just want to play.
I understand. We'll sit on down and hang out. I'll be out in a second.
Well, tell them to get an answer wrong, and then
I'll get the answer wrong.
No, okay.
Give me a question. Give me the question. Yeah.
Who is the lead singer of the Foo Fighters?
Oh. Dave Grohl.
Yes,
Dave
you're
Grohl.
correct.
How do you know what they're saying?
They're in my ear.
I'm in his
I have
ear.
Oh, I can see.
Jexxa, who was the famous lead singer of Guns N' Roses?
Oh, this wasn't my genre. Axl Rose, is it?
Good. Axl Rose it is. Amazing. And day 43, who is the original lead singer of the band Queen?
I get it.
I know this guy's name. It's the guy with the mo, isn't it? His name. I know his name, but it's not coming to me right now. So I guess I'm out.
You can take a guess.
Really easy as well. I watched this movie like a month ago.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah.
They are.
It's just not coming to me. It's not coming to me. I know that's a really easy one. There's people at home going, "Come on!" No.
He wants to look at the chart with Motley. All right. The answer is
Freddie?
not I forget his name. Anybody know it here?
Freddie Mercury, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
It is Freddie Mercury. All right. They get a little harder. Big Kirk.
I'm ready.
The first woman to have 4 country albums reach #1 on the
What is
Billboard
the
200.
First woman to get 4 country albums on the
That's
top
very
100.
specific.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
This is impossible.
This girl's right.
This is impossible. If you say one more hard question, I'm leaving this room.
It's hard
What's
to
the price
argue
of
with
HEX
that.
right now?
Yeah. I'm gonna say Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. That is not correct.
That's the only one I would have known anyway.
The correct answer is Carrie Underwood, but you're still in it, Kirk.
I'm still in it. Nice.
Well,
I
if
played trivia.
Jexxa if Jexxa gets this, then he will be the champion.
Don't
Jexxa,
worry, we're off the.
No, put it back on.
Lady Gaga derived her stage name
Trivia.
from a song performed by which band?
I have.
We have to recommend, or I have to recommend.
Lady Gaga derived her stage name from a song performed by which band?
I don't know. Is it the song Gaga Goo? I don't know. I'm lost. No. Absolutely no idea.
The answer is Queen. The song was
Yeah.
the song was Radio Gaga.
Radio. That's
That
what I
was-
thought. Radio
that was-
Gaga. That's the song. Yeah.
All right, we're still live.
crap.
Here we go. Big Kirk. Big Kirk. Can you hear me, Big Kirk?
My audio just cut out. Hang
All
on,
right.
guys. Crap.
He was hijacked.
Does that mean I win by default?
It could. I mean, I can always ask him in chat, I guess.
Yeah. Ask him now. If he doesn't answer, then I win.
All right. The question is here we go. Big Kirk. I can just type it out for him.
You do
Put
know
your earplugs
Stephen
in.
Bradley. Is it Stephen Bradley? Bradley? The ice skater?
I'll ask him in private chat.
All right. I'm here.
Oh, hey. You got
I'm
us?
sorry. My audio's cut out. I needed to ditch the AirPods for a second. Sorry.
All right. Well, welcome back. You lost. So
Okay.
I'm kidding. All right. We're waiting for you to get the audio back.
Thank
Big
you.
Kirk, what was the first music video to ever air on the MTV?
Video killed the radio star.
Correct. Very good.
Well
Very
done.
good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Jexxa,
Mhm.
who was the lead singer of the band The Doors?
James or Jim Morrison?
Jim Morrison is correct. This is fun because y'all know your music. See, Motley would just be mad. He's just checking Staker app over there. I see him. Hey, Big Kirk.
Hey.
Shakira speaks 6 languages.
Wow.
All you got to do is name 3 of them.
I'm going to go with English, Spanish, and Portuguese.
That's impressive. Nice work.
I mean, she's a Latin star, you know. Like, I mean, if you're going to be traveling through South America, you better, and you go through Brazil, and you better know some Portuguese. You know?
Yeah, well, the other 3 are also impressive. They're quite diverse: Arabic, French, and Italian.
Yeah, I mean, I would have guessed maybe French too, but I wouldn't have guessed the other 2.
Yeah. All right, Jexxa. To stay in it, or Kirk is champion, which group recorded the hit single Karma Chameleon in 1984?
I know this one. Culture Club.
He hangs on, and we are still alive. Culture
Good job.
Club it is. All right, Big Kirk. I got to find the questions because y'all are like getting them all right. Whose girl did Rick Springfield take to number 1?
Jesse's girl.
I'm glad you're getting these ones because I've got no clue.
And Jexxa, in what country was the artist Alanis Morissette born? To stay in, or Kirk is champion? Kirk, do you know?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with Canada.
Wow.
That's correct again.
This is the game that will
All
not
right,
end.
This is a good one.
All right. I got to find some more questions. Here we go. And sorry that for the genre here, Big Kirk, but it's just next on the list.
all good.
Taylor Swift named her debut country single after what singer?
I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go with Dolly Parton again. I don't know. I have no idea.
The answer for that one was Tim McGraw.
Take the win. Take it from me, Jexxa. Take it.
I don't know. Got to find like some more questions here. Hold on. Here we go. Next down on the list, Jexxa, Ozzy Osbourne was the lead vocalist of which classic heavy metal band?
should know this one. Damn it. I can't think of it. What is it? No, it's gone. Can't think of it.
It's so funny because they were like seen as this like evil music back in the day, and their lyrics were not even like, it's not even that bad, like bad stuff, you know.
No, I'm out.
Does it help?
Is it a Black Sabbath or?
Yeah.
All right, so we are still in, right?
Oh, sorry, I get a free ride on that one, do I? Cool.
Well, Kirk.
Oh no, I got that one wrong too. So
yeah, so we are still trying to find a winner. We will go to sudden death. So the first one.
Anybody's wrong, I'll take the first one. Bring it at me. If I'm wrong, I'm out.
This is just rapid fire. Whoever says the answer first wins.
Even floor.
All right.
I like it.
And you can say it as soon as I am done the question.
I wish we had a Family Feud buzzer right here.
Well, the audience can help judge.
Okay.
What song did Hexologist play live on stream as we approach the moment of big payday?
A final countdown.
Final countdown. Yes. I hesitated.
I am fast. Thank you very much, Jexxa. That you're a formidable opponent. Thank you very much, Cabana, for having these streams and displaying my wealth of knowledge to the community, especially in useless trivia items. I am a wealth of silly trivia. Thank you very much to my loving and supporting fans out there. Y'all are fantastic. And thanks to my family for allowing me to be doing this instead of what I should be doing, hanging out with them. So this will be me saying goodbye to everyone as well. There's going to be a straight rug pull. And you can find me at Big Kurkowski on Telegram. You can find me at Big Kurkowski on Twitter. You can find me in Vegas acting goofy. And that's about it. I'm out, guys. Thank you very much for this win. This has been fantastic.
Later,
Thank you for all the Aussies for coming on. You guys were great too. That was awesome. I appreciate it.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it was totally fun. Yeah, that was, I think, the longest easy trivia
that was a long one.
contest we've ever had. Just kept going and going.
The silly thing is, in my circle of friends, I'm known for the person with the least amount of music knowledge. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
Really? That's awesome. All right. Just a little note on the list here that we'd like to do on the show. Motley, we have a huge fight tomorrow night. Who you got? Israel Adesanya versus Vettori.
Israel.
All the way?
Yeah.
No doubt?
Yep.
What do we know about Vettori?
That their first fight was pretty competitive.
Yeah, he knocked him around a little bit.
Knocked him around a little bit. He's got a lot of power, and he was able to get Adesanya down on the ground. Adesanya was still young, and his takedown defense wasn't as good. But even then, Vettori didn't really do anything. He just held him there for a little bit, and Adesanya was able to work his way back up. So I think Adesanya is much more improved in everything, striking, his takedown defense, and I think he's going to just pick Vettori apart. I think Vettori is going to start gassing around round 3, and Adesanya is just going to make him look really bad.
Well, thank you for that, and just the candles keep going, so this is just awesome.
It's crazy. What are we?
We touched 8.6 cents.
That
Really?
10
What's
cents
up that
bet's
high?
looking pretty good.
On what exchange, I
On
guess?
Staker app. On the
See, on
on
HEX
Staker
USDC V2 only have us almost getting to 8 cents, but yeah.
on Dex.vision, the HEX USDC pair on Hex.vision, we touched 8.6 cents. We wicked up and then back down.
Israel. All right. Hey, Flames wants you to throw Nate Diaz some love. I think he's like third.
He's getting destroyed. I love Nate Diaz, but I would not freaking bet on him on this fight. Leon Edwards is a monster. He's just literally better than Nate at everything but pretty much jiu-jitsu. But Leon's 1,000 times faster, hits 1,000 times harder. His wrestling defense is pretty phenomenal. And Nate Diaz is going to try to stand and bang with him, and he's just going to take a lot of punishment. And I mean, usually Nate Diaz doesn't go away, but he's going to get beat up this fight. Leon Edwards
Probably
is
going to
taking
get
out.
cut.
If I had to pick any of these fights out of all of them, I would be most confident in Leon Edwards winning this fight. And I love Nate Diaz, but he's just outclassed here in just about every area.
But you know, with Nate, I mean, the Diaz brothers, he's been smoking weed all weekend. Apparently, he could pull some crazy ass go Plata.
It's just
shit out.
That's his only chance. He has Leon has to get sloppy, and Nate has to put in a slick submission. That's his only chance. But yeah, Leon all the way on that one. Sorry.
So if may I say, your two locks are Israel and Leon for the night.
Yep.
All right, you were on a roll there for a while, man. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Not bet place.
And then Figueiredo versus what's the other guy? Brandon
Maria.
something. Yeah, I'd probably go with the champion. That one's probably that one can go either way for me, but I'm gonna give a little bit of the edge to the champion Figueiredo.
Word. All right. We like sports. We like UFC here, so touch on it when there's a big fight. And we got a huge card, I guess, next month too, with McGregor again, and I think a couple other ones on that same card too. But we'll get there when we get there. Motley, we shell ourselves here at the end of the show. Where can we find you?
Motley Investor, Telegram, YouTube, and Twitter.
Jexxa, where can the worldwide HEX community find you?
Jexxa J on Twitter and hexsafe.win for all the security side of things. Good security videos there, and it's been getting a fair old work out that site recently, and so that's good to see that that's actually coming in and helping a lot of people.
Good. And Lord knows we'll need more and more of that type of content as Pulse Chain gets closer and launches. And if the HEX launch was any indication, just everyone out there beware. I know most Hexicans, are aware, but if you're new and looking at Pulse, just verify, especially with all these addresses that will be flying around. Yeah. Day 43 OG, where can we find you, my man?
Day 43 OG on YouTube and Twitter.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming on. It was rather earlier for some there, Jexxa, I do believe, but it was cool to finally meet you online. And,
it's been a while, yeah. So it's been a long time coming, and yeah, thanks for dragging me out of bed to get on here. That was good.
Yeah, too cool. And we saw new all-time highs live on stream.
Yeah, that's it. It was worth it.
That's the way to get up in the morning. Yeah, there's no better way to get up.
It's been a long time since I got up that early. But good.
Yeah. All-time highs.
Good for the soul.
Too bad.
Yeah, Coconut agrees with you, Motley, on your picks. So
I think they're pretty safe picks, except Figueiredo. That's gonna be the closest fight, I think.
Cool. All right, thank you, Piston, and everyone else in chat. You guys rock, and yes, we can't end without it behooves. So it behooves me to congratulate you all on a brilliant stream. Thanks, team, and we will go with that. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.